Hello there, and welcome to the BBA Sports YouTube page. Please like and subscribe to this channel, and I will do my best to provide quality content for you to enjoy. Enjoy the video. This is day 2 of my full 32 team 7-round mock draft. Today is the New York Jets mock draft of 2026. I'm Benjamin Adams, part of BBA Sports, and let's get into this mock. So, I'm going to do something new this time. I've already done the draft, and this time I'm sharing with you the picks that I have, but also what I think their projection is going into the NFL of what they could be. So here's my projection rankings. First tier is superstar, like those players such as these are the players that will go in and change the game, play in and play out. Then you have your dependable starters. They may not change the game necessarily, but you don't have to worry about them. These are your players that are consistent through every snap and every play. They're always the same, more or less. Then you have your shaky starters who are decent enough to be starting, but you should replace them with a dependable starter if you can. They still will make plays, they still will be consistent at times, but they're also sometimes they are inconsistent and have some big mistakes that they do make. Then I have incomplete judgment, where I'm not fully sure of where to put them. Depending on the player, I will say they could be a shaky starter or a quality backup or a preseason player or a fringe backup. But that will be during the season of when I will use that instead of the draft. The draft is what I think the players could become. Then I have quality backup. I have these players, these are also ones of good rotational players, such as some edge rooms have 5 different guys that they rotate through. One of them might be a dependable starter, 3 of them might be a quality backup, and 1 is a fringe backup. Then I have fringe backup, who is on the bottom of the 53, can still go out there and maybe compete for a game, but you definitely don't want them to be starting at any time. Then you have your preseason players. These are your players that you have during the preseason, part of the 90-man roster. Then I have the rookie, which is, of course, all of these people are rookies, but these are the projection rankings, not the what they are at the current moment. So let's get this draft underway. The Jets first round pick. Hey everybody, just before we continue the video, please like the video below and subscribe. That would be amazing. I would greatly appreciate it. And my Pothos would too. Thank you. Please continue the video. Selected Sony Styles, linebacker from Ohio State. I view him as a superstar. Let me move myself real quick. He is an amazing player. Just the combine alone proves that. He is dominant, he is big, he is able to be a defensive chess piece where defensive minded coaches will be able to move him all around and will love his athleticism, his ability to make plays. Sony Styles will be an amazing player going into the NFL. And this is where I think the Jets would. This is one of the players I think the Jets should take. And with them having the second overall pick, I went with the player that will make the most difference from day one. The Jets are in a very difficult situation with their head coach, with Aaron Glenn, their ownership, their GM. All of it is in a very difficult situation, so to speak. So giving them a starter that will start day one, even if the coaching won't be here, who can play in multiple different and a player who can play in multiple different schemes, I think is going to be a necessity for the New York Jets. I have Sony Styles' projection of a superstar, so I'm very excited to see what he does. The Jets' next pick, first round pick, Goo, is at pick 16, Keldrick Falk, edge from Auburn. I have him ranking as a dependable starter. Like that's his ceiling in the NFL. He could become a superstar, but definitely a dependable starter as a projection. Keldrick Falk, yes, does have things he needs to work on. Yes, does have different uh, pluses and minuses to his game, but he is a really good edge player. Just like with Sony Styles, I mentioned, having a good defensive player that can translate to multiple different schemes is a necessity for the Jets during this cycle. If they can build around several different players, they will then be able to in the future add different pieces around them, especially during the 2027 draft. But I have them taking a swing at a quarterback. With the next pick, I have them taking Ty Simpson, quarterback from Alabama. I have him r- projection as a shaky starter, and here's why. He is a smaller quarterback. And yes, he did well in Alabama, but I also want to point out Alabama's history of quarterbacks. Jalen Milroe is not a starter. Mac Jones is not a starter, and after his first season looked like not a good quarterback. You have Tua Tagovailoa, who did well his first few seasons, and now is does not look good at all. Then you have Jalen Hurts, who for his first few seasons looked really well, now is maybe not even worth being a shaky starter. So that's why I have him being a shaky starter. I am not 100% sure if he'll be ever be able to go above a shaky starter. I can definitely see the benefits of having a Ty Simpson kind of player where he's very good in the pocket, very good on the run, very decent arm, decent, really good accuracy. But again, it's the track record of being from Alabama. So that is why I have him as a projection of a shaky starter. But going to the Jets, he can compete with Geno Smith. And if he beats him out, he can learn from Geno Smith and Geno Smith has been all around the league. He has been a starter. He has been a backup. He has been in every single kind of different position. And having an older quarterback that can teach Ty Simpson, where some of these other quarterbacks necessarily did not. For example, Mac Jones didn't really have a older quarterback that was willing to necessarily have take time for to teach him. Jalen Milroe has Sam Darnold, who's currently starting, so we'll see what goes from there. Tua Tagovailoa, yes, had Ryan Fitzpatrick, but the head coaching there in that situation was not helpful at all. So hopefully, Ty Simpson going to the Jets and being able to learn under Geno Smith will be really helpful for his growth as an NFL player. With their second round pick, I have them taking Chris Brazil, wide receiver from Tennessee. Let me move myself to over here. I have him viewing as a dependable starter in the NFL at some point. Just like I said yesterday with the Raiders mock draft, Chris Brazil is a height, weight, speed guy, but still hasn't put it all together yet. I view him as a dependable starter, and being there with Garrett Wilson and Alec Pierce, I think that's what his name is. I don't remember who the other receiver two is, but being under them and coming in with Ty Simpson will definitely give him, I think, will for the future, because right now the Jets are going to suck. Let's be honest about this. The Jets are going to suck for the next little bit. But if they build a strong core of younger players, when these players get older, they can then lead this team, the Jets team, into back to what it used to be a long time ago. I view Chris Brazil as a dependable starter. He's got decent hands, decent route running, decent, really good speed, good size. Compare, line him up with Garrett Wilson and the other receiver they got from Indiana, and then that's a really good receiving core. Pair that also with Mason Taylor, who they drafted in last year. I think this could be a really good starting lineup for the Jets in the second year in 2027. Their next pick comes for the fourth round to Cario Davis, cornerback from Washington. I view him as a shaky starter. Again, the Jets completely tore down last year at the trade deadline. They need to completely rebuild this team. And if they are able to rebuild this team with players that are willing to go out there, compete, put the work in, they're then able to have a good foundational set of players that they're able to then push forward into the future years. It's going to be several years before they're able to go back to competing for the playoffs. But I think if they build around a young core nucleus, even if they get a new head coach next year, these players are scheme diversive where they're able to play in multiple different schemes, multiple different not positions, but multiple different NFL offenses and defenses that they're then able to thrive in different situations. That is that pick. Let's go to the next one. Their next fourth round pick, Jalen Farmer, offensive guard from Kentucky. I view him as a dependable starter, and here's the thing. I watched Jalen Farmer at the Senior Bowl, and I loved his tape. He is big, mean. He is going to be a great offensive lineman. For example, you have Geno Smith, who's an older quarterback who may not be able to maneuver as well as he used to, and having a offensive lineman who's literally going to be a wall for the run game. Like, if you want to run the ball with Jalen Farmer, you can run the ball. He's going to be a big offensive lineman, and having Geno Smith as an older quarterback who's maybe not good as maneuverability will be great. Or Ty Simpson, who's a younger rookie quarterback coming into the league and having someone who you're able to run the ball with and give him more maneuverability in the passing game and the run game is a really good kind of player. So he fell a little bit in my opinion. I view him as I think a third round pick is what I have him. I don't exactly remember, but I think this could be a really good pick for the Jets. All right, their next pick comes from the fifth round, Roman Hemby, running back from Indiana. I view him as a quality backup. Not saying that he is a backup player, but he should be able to take good snap counts from. I don't remember their running back. Let me look it up real quick. Running back, Jets depth chart. I'm going to be kicking myself. Brees Hall. Yeah. Brees Hall is a good running back, but right now does not seem to be good staying with the team. So maybe getting another running back that can go out there and take some of the snap count from them, where you can then have a two-headed running back room. Brees Hall maybe take 70% of the snaps, and Roman Hemby take 30% of snaps, or maybe 65 and 35, or even 60-40. But give Brees Hall a secondary running back that he doesn't have to take on the full workload, and then also provide, hey, let's build this offense and let's build this defense into a way that we can have core players for when we're ready down the road. Their next pick, seventh round pick, Jeff Caldwell, wide receiver from Cincinnati. I view him also as a quality backup. Look, he has tools. This is the seventh round. This is where you draft players to be tools, that have the tools to hopefully be good in the future. Jeff Caldwell, wide receiver from Cincinnati, has the tools, hasn't put it together. Could be a good quality rotational piece, maybe a wide receiver three, if not a good wide receiver four to have in the future. Because between Garrett Wilson, oh, I can also look at that receiver. Garrett Wilson, Adney Mitchell, Chris Braswell, and this guy, that's a good four deep. And then they also have ads. They also have Isaiah Williams as a potential starter, mate, as not potential starter, potential backup player. I think if definitely building out this team because they have a decent offensive line and definitely adding Jalen Farmer is going to be really helpful for that. But adding these different players, they'll be able to do good things, the things that they do well, really well. Really good offensive line, really good receiving core, really dominant front seven. If they can have that and build off of that, that they're going to be really good and set for 2027. Maybe they draft a quarterback with the 27 class. Maybe they like Ty Simpson and want to move forward with him and build around him. They have so many different options now. With their last pick, I drafted Logan Taylor, offensive guard from Boston College, a fringe backup projection who very could maybe go into the quality backup. But Logan Taylor again has the tools, again has the things, just hasn't put it all together yet. So this is their draft results. I gave him a B plus with how the board fell and everything, but this is their my projections for each player. Sony Styles, superstar. Keldrick Fault, dependable starter. Ty Simpson, shaky starter. Chris Brazel the second, dependable starter. Decorio Davis, shaky starter. Jalen Farmer, dependable starter. Roman Hemby, quality backup. Jeff Caldwell, quality backup. Logan Taylor, fringe backup. Again, having this as a core group is going to be really helpful for the Jets. That's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine more players they just added to hopefully start building this roster around. Maybe Aaron Glenn fits it out with the Jets, but I think this could be a really good starting set for either this head coaching tree or maybe the next that's going to come next year if Aaron Glenn's get fired. But that is the New York Jets mock draft of 2026. Come back for day 3. Tomorrow is the Arizona Cardinals. Uh, thank you for everything. Thank you for please like the video. Thanks. Peace.